The Lovers, the Seven of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. This could be a new job. Maybe a new creation you're birthing. Something that's it is gonna yield you plenty of choices. Or you have plenty of choices. So whatever these, you may actually have something currently going on, or you could have things in the pipeline, things you're creating, things you're thinking of creating. So this is like multiple options. Any one of these paths is going to lead you to your fulfillment. It's destined. It's just a matter of which one you're going to pick. And I get, especially when you're someone who has gifts, first off, I get that you probably like to do multiple things. But I also see that for some of you, once you do not partake in a certain regime, it's like they try to put blocks on your progress or blocks on your creations. This is all deliberate because the people that are trying to oppose and come against any of the collective is reaping all what they've sown. I get, for the most part, it's literally like they want you to believe it's not going to grow or evolve into anything. They know that's some bullshit, Kiv. If that was really the case, why are they going so hard to oppress all your creations? Why are they going so hard to sabotage and destroy what you're trying to build? Do you understand? They hate the fact also, because the Lovers is out here, they hate the fact how people are naturally drawn to you. It's like you carry like a pure, authentic energy. You're like a light bulb, basically. So at the same time, you also attract the darker aspect. Yeah. The witches and warlocks. Wolves in sheep clothing. And you've learnt from, exactly, they'll never stop your passions. For some of you, these people think that if they copy you good enough, then maybe people will view them as you. That's quite weird. Try being yourself. It's really funny how people don't want to tap into their own talents or their own gifts, but they rather be hateful and jealous about someone else's and want to steal it. Yeah, luck's on your side. They try to turn this in the reverse. In fact, I'll be honest with you, they tried to steal your luck. They tried to steal your good fortune, and the individuals that you was around, they was all infiltrated. Yeah. A lot of these people, it's like they wanted you to hang up your imagination, your drive, what motivates you. I would effectively say they just wanted you to dim your light to make them feel comfortable. Or you could just say that your light irritates their demons. So for some of you, I was going to say, some of you, not all of you, you need to remember the times where you probably used to daydream. Some people might even call it go into a trance. Like a thought would come into your mind, and no matter where you was, you had the ability to be able to have foresight in it. So you would kind of like just drift off, probably mid-conversation. To some people, they perceive that as dumb, like he wasn't, like the lights on and no one's there type thing. And boy, was they wrong. But you've always been lucky though. I think what might have hampered your luck, like I said, in it, was being in the company of the wrong individuals. I'm quite sure you've taken the time to reflect and think about when things was going good and then all of a sudden they just took a left turn. You also need to look at the pattern of it. Remember who you was around. Because for some of you, if you're not away from these same individuals that have been stopping at nothing to sabotage you, but yet they were smiling in your face, pretending to have your back. But don't burden yourself with that. Let them burden themselves with their bad choices. Ain't no pity over here, collective. So yeah, sometimes when things slow down, depends on what aspect. You know what a difference between a block is to a redirection. You had to be redirected a few times out of the blue. You probably didn't fully get why. But there's a method to the creator's madness, if that makes any sense. Not back the Knight of Wands. Across the floor. I've got yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Some of you may have recently celebrated something. We got the Three of Cups out with the world. Or you're going to be celebrated worldwide. I sense that, I don't know, a lot of people, you may think that a lot of people haven't seen you or you're not known, but you are. Word of mouth travels fast, especially when there's false narratives. I love those false narratives. Keep spreading those lies, karmics. Keep spreading those lies. That's just money in the bank for me. But yeah, so I sense that some of you are actually living in the moment, enjoying the fruits of your labor. So there's things you might have recently or about to accomplish, or maybe something new you're about to start that you're really excited about. It's gonna work out brilliant. It's literally like the next stages of your new life. Mm-hmm. After all the work and elevation and transformation and all that, and all those things, all those lovely things, you got to call them lovely things. Because the trick is, the minute you talk negative about something, you kind of shift the frequency a bit, so to speak. But yeah, a lot of you are fully in alignment, fully activated. You're not confused, but I noticed there's a lot of confusion in the air. A lot of confusion and illusions. Just remember, the creator doesn't give you illusions or confusion, so it's easy to differentiate from the two, which is why solitude and getting to know yourself is essential and beneficial. Yeah, because it gives you more time to focus. So, Knight of Pentacles, in the reverse. So if someone had whoever's got little tricks up their sleeve, or tried some type of scam, maybe. Now, even though it's just a knight, that could be male or female. Whoever this person is, they're sneaky either way. And it's a knight. So it's someone that's very like an adult baby. I get like sport child vibes. Very immature, very childish, very petty. Just outright. Someone that's, you get people that act like they've earned or got things the right means or got it off their own blood, sweat, and tears, so to speak. Nah. These are the type of silver tongued devils that they piggyback off of other people, or they accumulate their status through who they can manipulate themselves around, basically, by any means necessary. So it seems like someone fake is being exposed, possibly. A phony fraudster. Yeah, Queen of Swords on the bottom. Yeah, I told you. And what came out? Looky here, looky here. I can tell you now, this individual is a devil in disguise. But you wouldn't think it once the way they try to, the way they portray themselves. This is the type of person that every interaction they have with any individual, they recycle or steal something, whether it be characteristics, energy, or something monetary. Even their identity, they like to do that too. But for some of us, we've been out here revealing a lot of things. Maybe in the past, you probably revealed a bit too much, but Page of Pentacles is a positive, eventual positive outcome. Yeah. And some good news. Regarding some type of news that's maybe going to be revealed, you've probably kind of got an inkling or you already know. And literally like you're just waiting for the confirmation. If that make any sense. So yeah, whatever these people was doing. So whatever they was doing, they was collaborating. They was all working together. I smell a coven. They could be separate in the sense of a group of men, a group of women, or just a whole group in general, or all of them. But for the most part, I sense that I can clearly see that these are very, very bitter. An emphasis on bitter. I sense a real dark heaviness around these individuals. These are the kind of people that when you see them, it's literally like they're putting on some type of act. But when you can see beyond it, you can actually see their real intention. You could actually see the demonicness in their eyes. Notice how their eyes will look all scattered. They stumble on their words. Or they rush their words. It's literally like they're trying to contain and keep suppress their disdain for you. I don't really think it's for you that they like to project onto you. It's like you make them feel naked. Or you just know who they truly are. Outside of their disguise that they're trying to wear. So whatever it was there, they didn't yield any results. Remember, that's what they wanted for you. And it's funny because on the flip side, when you was going through those cycles, after what they was siphoning through all that witchcraft that was placed on you, it was all fun and games then. It was fun and games to peep into your life and see what you was going through and laugh, be like, oh yeah, I did that, I did that. That's these kind of people that will look you dead in your face and lie to you barefaced. These are these type of people. Lord, may I never have to encounter people like this ever in life. Okay? And this is to expose their ass, period. But these are also the same individuals that can't stand being by themselves. So it's like they're fueled. How they get their energy is from others. They have none. So these are people that are literally, you could call them the walking dead. They're dead inside. So anything that has any life in it, anything that's happy, anything that's flourishing, especially bitter family members, they hate that. For whatever reason, we don't care. They hate that. Don't they, Spirit? They hate that shit. But yeah. Listen, the double card says temptation, yeah? But I'm telling you now, a lot of these people, believe it or not, they called on the devil with their own free will. They didn't even wait for the devil to give them any kind of offer. They called on the devil themselves. That's how deep their hatred goes. They just can't hide it no more. Yeah. They wasn't able to force you through some type of change. So whatever tennis was they want to do to my collective is now, yeah. Devil's come to collect, guys. Time's up. Time's up. Tick tock, tick tock. Yeah. For some of you, they actually took multiple contract. Like they must have redid a contract. But every contract comes with a time limit or a time scale. Yeah. They're in denial though. They're in denial. It's like these are the type of individuals that act like if they don't accept that this is what's happening or this is what it is, then it's not gonna materialize. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. They manifested it. We manifested the truth and they manifested their own downfall. The difference is we put in the work. There's a big difference. Considering us so judgeful, these are individuals that took the short route. They treat life like a competition. When the real competition should be their self. They don't do the work to elevate collective. They watch the people that are around or they watch the people that are online and then they copy and emulate other people. And if it starts to give them any type of traction, ooh, whoever they copied that from, you're in trouble. Because that's when the plotting and planning comes in. And they go all the way. Yeah, told you. There was something that I don't know if they set up some type of contract or they took some type of payment for something and they didn't complete it. So maybe the rule is if you don't complete it, it's your ass. So that's kind of like the plan then, isn't it? Target people that's thriving or anybody in high vibrational energy. Do illegal divination on them. They like to see what you have before you do. And then they decide who's going to get what. And then they carry out their plan of action. And they've been successful up until this point. Because they believe once you're awakened, this game over. But no, once they've taken you out or silenced you, or you've allowed yourself to the humiliation ritual they do on you in the smear campaign that they attempted. Now it's their turn. Isn't that lovely? So you kept your composure and you defended yourself skillfully. And they want to know how you did it. I mean, they know clearly you never use no darker means, because if you did, you'd be in the same coven as these individuals, wouldn't you, collective? So they know. It's just that whoever gave them this contract, they guaranteed them that you would not be breathing this far down the line. And boy, was they wrong. Now that's crazy. But yeah, composure is everything. These are the kind of people that will abuse you, traumatize you, yeah, leave you for dead. And then when they see that they haven't destroyed you and you bounce back 10 times harder, all of a sudden you're crazy. How? But they make sure first they go on and spill their poison. They're like, yes, we gotta get our lies out first. Yes. When you think about the method that they've been using this method. You may have remembered or witnessed certain experiences with other individuals. You just didn't know the full extent. But you do remember, like, maybe you might have been overhearing a conversation or even a phone call or even interaction while she was out with, like, either your parental figures or family members or whoever the case may be. And this person or this individual was in the vicinity. Because they do the same. A leopard don't change its spots. And again, it's your own family. I sense it was a lot. For a lot of us, it is a lot. I mean, we know what we've had to experience and endure. It's just that the perpetrators don't want our voice heard, or they don't want our truth to be heard. But it's okay for them to spill their poison. What goes around comes around. I see voids on the bottom. What is in that as well? Free of wands. Yeah. You chose to just walk away. I don't blame you. Walk away, yes. 5 of Cups. Why would you? I mean, who in their right mind is going to defend lies? Doesn't make any sense. If you want to lie, lie. Just make sure your lies are truth. When you fabricate lies, you got to have a good memory, because then you're going to forget the lies. So you're not going to bank on people coming back and questioning you or reminding you about the lies you told. All because, and this is family and people that were supposed to be close to you. This is what they do. They steal your information, steal your identity, and they do fraud in your name. Probably put things in your name, probably go to another country, use your information, your national insurance number, all that kind of shit. But some of you, they actually filed court proceedings, went to court, lied on the stand. And for others, they stole life insurance. Let's be for real. Let's not sugarcoat this. Nah, it's pointless. That's why they're going hammer and tongs whilst you stay composed. But remember, you're supposed to be the crazy one. You're supposed to be one that's unhinged. The one that's so-called on medication. What was the other one I heard? A flat-out drug addict. Or is this the flat-out drug addict looked, is it? Looks good on me, though. But yeah, this is what they do. Mm-hmm. And if you remember back to, because I know, like some of us, not all of us, some of us are very particular who we allow in our surroundings, our immediate surroundings. So think to yourself, who else would have been that close, possibly even had keys or used your keys to steal documents, steal your post, and hide it from you? And then when you ask for it, they tell you that, oh, I threw it in the bin. You didn't. You gave it to the third party, and then you and her doctored up these fraudulent papers and made it look as though it was more than what it was, or made it look as though you were some type of husband or you had power of attorney. So you could steal. I know. I'm not the first one the people have done this to, but this is what they do, collective. This is what goes on in many communities. This thing is global. It's global. And I tell you why, because these actions, yeah, I kid you not, I can't remember. Someone will have to tell me what movie it was, because I do remember it was a movie, and I tell you why. Because it was around about 2010, 2012. And I remember back then I was flat out then. There was a guy, and he said he was having a conversation, yeah. And he was saying, do you know the easiest way to get money nowadays, Tills? And I was like, what? I won't say his name because people that know me will know who he is too. And it's just the way he said he saw it on the movie. He said he's seen it on the movie. And I was like, what are you on about? And he was like, yeah. But he said, go abroad. Yeah. Find somebody, I don't know, middle-aged with some money that possibly ain't too well. You understand? Marry them, wait a year. No, wait 6 months, he said, and then fill out a life insurance policy. And then he offered himself up to be the hitman. I looked at him like, you're watching too much movies. That was 2012. And lo and behold. So that just clearly states that people are that brazen to actually attempt these things. Literally. And once they get away with it, once they continue to do it, but they clearly need help because they can't just pull this shit off by themselves. So either a lot of these people was bribing people was taking bribes, people with certain positions that they never did their job. Point blank period. And that includes the police. I'm going to say it like it is. Of course, they're getting a cut in it. But some of you, they've been trying to stitch you up for a long time. But some of you, you have been stitched up for shit you never... Exactly. They were trying to get the job done, let's just say this, before, unbeknownst to them, before he was fully activated. I do sense that the abuse or the last, like, serious trauma you went through, traumatic experience, that life or death moment you was put in, that was the catalyst to a lot of our awakenings. Not that back and forth back, because that doesn't make any sense. And you've got to think to yourself, who can be that manipulative? People in their 50s and 60s. Even older, actually. Even older. And then when you talk to them about what you know for a fact, they act all oblivious. But they portray like, oh, I go to church. I go every Sunday. Yeah, but what God are you praying to? The God of this realm or the creator? That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, they don't want people to be spiritually enlightened. Transformations on the bottom, like that. So the plot and plan was to catch people before they've fully awakened. This is why they put you in karmic situations, to keep you in that low vibrational loop. And also, some of these people only want to attach to you purely to basically attach themselves to your ancestral wealth. Because some people, not everybody has ancestral wealth. That's the kind of trash we live with amongst, shall I say, in society. But you transformed. Death card on the bottom. For some of you, you've had quite a few deaths and rebirths. Yeah, I put this back in the pile to see what's gonna come back out, and it did. For some of you had to manifest your own new beginning. You did that, and that shit took a lot of work. Yeah. And these people, I'm sensing, because one's is fire in it. These people, or whoever, it could have been multiple, it could have been singular, but I do have a strong sense that they traveled to obtain something or to have something done that couldn't be done over the phone. Yeah, I'm hitting the nail on the head. These are also individuals that they had to join these little secret organizations in order to obtain the darker information, to take the shortcut. And that's fine, do you know what I mean? It is what it is. Excuse me. But then that doesn't give these individuals the right to even open their lips about people that did the work. We took the path less traveled. And when these weirdos intervening, it was quite adventurous actually. If you look at it in that aspect. But the ascensions, not so much. I think it just gets easier as you go on. Do you know what I mean? Once you're aware of it, well, if you're not aware of it, you will think is some type of attack. I get it, because I thought the same thing too. Not saying it wasn't, but you can differentiate the two. And so yeah, someone out there, someone's got really bad anxiety. And I don't know if someone's got, like, if you call it like bubble guts, or someone's always going to the toilet. You see, once you hit this plateau, this means you're literally stepping into your prosperity, the energy of prosperity. So like every time you're going through some type of ascension, your demonic family trying to attack you more. And with their paid collaborators. So these are people that are meant to protect you. The only thing they want to protect is their bank balance. Let's be for real. They just don't want the community to know that they've been living off the backs of their own child. I do know that there's other children, but they pick one to be the scapegoat. Only one gets scapegoated. And then 9 times out of 10, the other siblings are the ones that are taught the same manipulations so that when they get older, they can also facilitate and do it together or carry it on for the parental figures. They want to keep you at a loss. So every time you lose something, they gain. Oof. So the judgment is they will never see Ace of Pentacles again. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh. You know, when I would say who don't hear would fool. It's just these prehistoric individuals, yeah, literally should have known better. But when people are too hard of hearing, it's beyond stuck in their old ways. It's beyond that. It's not about ego and pride that's taken over. So yeah. So you have the authority to call judgment also. It's like they try to clip your wings. They don't want you to ascend. It's literally like because they haven't done shit with their time, considering they supposed to had a better life. They never went through none of the experiences we did. So why are they not in a better predicament? Make that make sense. So clearly they wasn't doing things the right way. Doesn't mean they can pick and choose who they want to inflict on or project onto. That doesn't make no sense. But what I will tell you is there's no Ace of Pentacles for these people. Nope. Like they said in it, they want to take their secrets to their grave. So they can take their butt pockets too. How about that? Well, the collective is getting a whole revive. Ace of Cups. So that's getting back more than what was taken. Possibly even, I don't know, for some of you, you may have accomplished things already or things that was stolen from you in a sense, or say something you've actually earned yourself, or something you won maybe, or something you created, but all of a sudden fell through, or it's made to look like it fell through, or it was pulled back. No, it wasn't. That was another sabotage plot. There was a payment made. So they all rally together to put together what they have in it to get the outcome they want. Some of them actually said it was worth it. That's how much they wanted to see the collective dead. Really? Well, it's going to kill you even more seeing us thrive healthily. Ooh. And now a tower. Depending on what side of the boat you're on, it can be good or bad. But not for my collective. I don't sense that anyway. Because anything we've been guided to release, you release in it. But these people, they don't know how to do that. So clearly maturity doesn't come with age. These are very childish and immature. Coffin dodgers. Coffin dodgers. So yeah. Now they wanted the tower to come in and like come into the collective's life like a wrecking ball. So it's kind of like the same way they was trying to do the collective. So anytime you try and rebuild something, they would sit and watch and lurk and wait for it to get to a certain point. Because it's always be the same each time. And then they'd pull the rug from underneath you and then sit and watch your response. Yeah. This is the tower that they were trying to project into the collector's life as well. They're trying to find any which way they could to manifest it into our reality. How are we not on that frequency? We're on a different timeline. Well, they're about to find out anyway. Let's just say that. Confirm the tower card. Yeah. Okay. The King of Wands and the Page of Wands is in the reverse, yeah. So this could be either someone that is really childish, or this could be like a young adult and someone with gray hair. So this is someone older. This could be, I don't know if it's like a, even though it's a male in there, it could be like a father and son or a mother and daughter. It just, genders don't matter. That are not leaders, don't have leadership qualities, and they have no new ideas. And they're sinking fast. Yeah, these people are bullies. How these cards come out in the reverse and those cards come out, excuse me, in the upright. So that tells me. So maybe this is the ringleader. One of the ringleaders, because his hair is gray. This is another narcissistic, immature male or female. And that's possibly someone younger. Maybe a new addition to the group, or one of these people's offspring. But anyway, now this is kind of like on the fence. This could either be that they're losing their, don't get me wrong, the anger's still there. It is what it is. But that confident, cocksure, brashy ego, like, yeah, this is gonna work. It has to work. It always works. Nah, they're not so passionate no more. I think the backfires is kicking ass, honestly. The backfires and the ancestors is kicking ass. They're getting double teamed at this minute. Everybody's getting double teamed. Nobody's exempt, unfortunately. And that's self-inflicted. So it's either they're not passionate or they're pretending. They like to do that too. They like to cast out illusions, hoping that the collective will let their guard down. No, it's not going to happen. So they're hoping that if they pretend something, when they've been nothing but pathological lies from since the shit begins, so why do we trust you now? Why do we even entertain it? Makes no sense. But yeah. Or they may be thinking delusionally, And that's what Narc's doing it because they believe they have like a sense of grandeur. So it's like they convince themselves, not just of the lies they tell, but they convince themselves that they can talk anybody around. Do you understand? And they're finding out otherwise. And that really pisses them off. It does. That really pisses them off. Yeah. It's giving them grief. Like I said, because they know what's at stake. And I'm getting this like multiple ways. Some people have literally spent their last and took that type of risk. If they have houses, they may remortgage their house or taking equity out of their house. And it never went the way they planned. For some, they even put their own offspring up for collateral. And in another scenario, they will be the offering. You know the one there? They will be the offering. It is what it is. So that they want to either take what makes you passionate or take your strength. So when you think about it, if you've got a team up behind the scenes against one individual, that says a hell of a lot about you people. Literally. You know? I'm being covered by these little secret societies can only go so far. Yeah, they want you stuck. Because they're stuck, they want you stuck. These are people that never really liked you, they just pretended to like you. Yeah. So I sense there is a King of Pentacles. I know there's a load of them that is, maybe he was financing this. He's either one of the groups or he was financing it. Or he was the one orchestrating one set of attacks. Because I see multiple groups and they all got their own technique, whatever they do, that makes any sense. So they would do it simultaneously. These are people with no integrity. And I was told the best way to deal with these people, call them out on their shit. These people think they can bully people or pressure people into silence or submitting to be their demonic slave. They want to replace you as the sacrifice so that they don't get sacrificed because they failed. They failed what they was paid to do. They may even took out loans that they can't even pay back. But there's a lot of controversy, grief, arguing, meetings. Exactly. And it's in the upright. So that tells me people see your energy. So again, these are the kind of people that would, they got to, how can I say, they all got to tell the same lie to portray you as a certain individual. But then they want to project or cloak you with their nasty ass energy whilst trying to hide with your energy. This is why I tell people every time I come on there, call back your energy and call back your power. These people were smiling in your face like you're their bestie, but yet they're behind your back, they're trying to take you out. Because some of you, there's a lot of you that are unaware, but a lot of you are waking up, which is good. And a lot of you are looking into certain things, but they don't want you to research anything. They don't even want you to ask any questions. They just want you to go along with their bullshit, believe their lies. Because remember, words are spells. So even if they're still wrong for what they're doing, you still have to take some type of accountability for not having a level of discernment, if that makes any sense, or not asking the right questions, or for just taking people at what they say and not doing any checks yourself. Do you understand? You can't just say, oh, well, I thought I could trust that person. Look at the world we're living in. That's not an excuse. And I'm only saying it to you like that because that's the same thing that was told to me. That's not an excuse. That excuse can only go so far. But they don't like that. They don't like to be questioned. They just expect you to accept the madness spilling from their mouth. And I can imagine the amount of diarrhea that was spilling from these people's mouth. This is why they smell the way they smell. Because the divine is saying, well, if you're going to talk shit and talk smack about the collective, we're going to make you smell like shit. And some of them smell like shit because they're rotten from the inside out. They're decaying. That's what happens, isn't it? When you keep doing a lot of spell work and you stay in that negative mindset. Remember, these people are engaging in mass sharing of body secretions and all that malarkey to harness and manifest energy and all those types of things. I don't really see any of these individuals really getting themselves checked out. They ain't got time for that. You know? They're only fixated on low vibrational activities. And that's fine. We choose not to engage in that shit. So it's evident, isn't it? So if the collective, hypothetically, if the collective was stupid enough to have unprotected SCX with somebody, and that person deliberately transferred them, whether it be physical STD or spiritual STD, what do you think that means divinely? You've polluted your vessel. You can't ascend. Do you understand? They know this. But they don't want to do the work to gain the status. They want to take the cheat code. Do you understand? Which comes at a price, and you don't get it forever. You got to keep doing something in order to obtain it. You don't have to do that with God. Do you understand? That's the difference. They know it too. They never admit it though. So when they're telling you about, oh yeah, acting like they pray to God, ask them which God. Ask them which God. Because I keep seeing this and I don't understand how no one's not thinking the same way. Do you understand? Regardless if God created Satan, Satan still sees himself as a God. If we're demigods, of course they're going to be seen as gods of some way, shape, or form, but the divine is the creator. Do you understand? He has the last authority. He has the overall authority. And this is why when people start talking about God, I ask them, which one are you talking about? And for they don't say creator instantly, you know these people are working for the devil. Some of you may be, it doesn't, listen, it says rebirth here. It doesn't have to mean, it could mean you're going to conceive a child, or it could mean you're going to give birth to your Ace of Pentacles. So whatever, like I said, some of you have ideas that you may have kept extremely quiet, purely because like you've already seen, anytime you shared anything that you've been building, these people have tried to sabotage or steal it for themselves, or copied it, created it, and then try to act like you're copying them. Make that make sense? Our shit is time stamped. Or they try and take credit for things you've done. But where was any of these people when you was building? Where was any of these people when you was fighting for your life? Oh, I know. They were sat watching you, having a good old laugh. For some of you, they were celebrating. They was partying, living it up. Yeah. How the tables have turned. Don't tell me the collective ain't awakened. And I'll say it the same way that was said to me. Everybody gets the calling, only few answer. Now, this could be someone who holds some type of position. But what I can say is you're in your new start. Either you're already in your new start, or you're already in the energy for it to materialize. But the fact of the matter is they can't steal it. I sense that they're trying to send some type of, I don't know, illusions or projections to try and mess with your mind or make you think otherwise or make it be perceived. That's what it is. It's not. It's not. Their shit is weak. And you can see it. That's like the Bible says, isn't it? Those who have the eyes to see can see. And you've got those who choose willfully not to want to see, and that's fine. It is what it is. But this Emperor, I don't really get a... I don't sense that this is a genuine individual. Because these people are master shapeshifters. Literally. So they can't pretend like they're in the upright, when really they're all the way around the back garden. Nicely put, but it is what it is. I don't really sense that. I don't get a genuine feeling from this. I get someone that's thinking that he or she can keep some type of weak illusion going, like the collector's gonna fall for it. I don't know what these people are thinking, but just because we've healed from certain things, don't ever think we're gonna forget it. Ever. And that's what these people are thinking. Now you've got to think these are the kind of people that will say some outlandish. Listen, this is how deep it is. They'll tell you that, yeah, I got cancer, I got 3 months to live. They will do anything to try and get you to reconnect with them. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, I could take this one of 2 ways. They want to finish the job. Or maybe even, I don't know, they're broke. They wanna what do you call it? They wanna claim this fraudulent life insurance policy. Someone's trying to stop my throat. I rebuke your nasty ass. You ain't got no power over here, boo. Not at all. You got no power over it. Yeah. It's probably because, like I said, in it, is to evade them being held accountable. They've done a multitude of things. They've done a lot of things that they don't want community to know. And I have to say this as well. Some of the things that they've done, yeah, there's certain things that they've done that a Pacific few is shitting themselves. And I tell you why, it's because they've done the exact same thing to the so-called people closest to them. Do you understand? And they're terrified for this individual to find out. So this is maybe someone that they're getting some, or they've accumulated a lot of resource or assistance from. So this is a big lifeline to these teamy version of Bonnie and Clyde. Teamy version of Bonnie and Clyde is what it is. But you're still walking into common waters. For a lot of us, 2026 is our year. Return to sender. Karmic, you should have known. But you could never fuck with me. But take me off my throne. Hey! Oh yeah, and the Destiny Swaps, you idiots. That was siblings too, by the way, collective. You got siblings. Do you know what's mad as well? Because of my own experiences, and I've lived to tell the tale, yeah, this happens globally. This is what goes on in families. Maybe not all, but I'm telling you, the majority. And I've literally encountered so many black sheeps just like myself. That makes any sense? The difference is, it's literally like I'm the last one standing. Outside of the people that I've not met yet, but I'm talking the people I grew up around, all the ones that I knew that fitted that stature are not here. Some of it I witnessed with my own two eyes. And I didn't see no reason for it, if that makes any sense. The same way I didn't see no reason for the way I was abused, if that makes any sense. But yeah. And they know who they are. Quite afraid of them as well. They had promising futures. Yeah. You're destined for success, you do know that, don't you? The kind of energy, well, I know people say energies, it's not. For instance, like an example, say for instance, if your energy is of a healer, it's like just with people being in your presence, they feel better, they feel uplifted. That makes any sense? It's like an essence that emanates off of you. This is why animals are drawn to you. Do you know what I mean? Even like people's babies. I've seen it myself. I just wasn't aware that's what it was. But yeah. So you had to get in your King of Swords energy. Because you got to remember, we have both male and female. And a lot of individuals are they're not aligned, if that makes any sense. It's like they're both female and male. Female and male, I'm sorry, is not balanced. I get it, because I didn't understand none of that shit neither, but I do now, you know? But obviously, it just depends on the situation you're in. you know, and because it makes it easy for you to go through it kind of makes sense just to, I'm not saying it's right, it just kind of makes sense to stay in that energy. Because I used to get called a Jude all the time. I just got used to it. I just said it's what it is, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Especially on the phone, you're calling for a taxi. I've been in the taxi and the taxman's called me sir. And I was just feminine too. Yeah. And I thought to myself, that's probably what it is, isn't it? Maybe I'm working more out of my masculine energy than out of my feminine. But that's what happens when you've been abused. Do you understand? It's like you want to suppress that feminine side because you're thinking that these predators that have done what they've done, and they know what they've done, RAPE, it makes you feel like weak. If that makes any sense. Not in a bad way, in the best way possible, but you know what I mean, innit? So by you acting more out of your male side, you're thinking it's protecting you. But that's what you tell yourself anyway. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, not everybody, but yeah, that was my experience with it. So I just got used to it. Toodaloo! Collective, the harmony is over. Should I say, like, is it the honeymoon period? The honeymoon period is over. For them anyway, not for us. Not for us. And I got a strong sense of that. Not for us. I've got to get that for card. You know, sometimes you just don't know your own strength. I swear my heater's on, you know. Yeah, it is. My heater's on. I was thinking, what's that noise? One of the things is, well, all your senses are heightened. Oh my god. That takes gonna get used to, but yeah. For some of you, you may have been feeling bored, but I don't know what kind of aspect in it. Is it bored with the fact of you're not seeing any changes? Is it boredom in the sense of boredom and frustration in the sense of, I know what you think, because I was thinking the exact same thing. When these people are going to be dealt with. It is all in divine timing, isn't it? But it will still get karma, but it depends. It's not going to be the same for everybody. Don't get you wrong, they will receive karma, but you may not receive justice in the way you perceive it, if that makes any sense. Just a thought. But you're intelligent enough to know that these people are suffering. Because they're still trying to project, even though they're suffering. It's like they're still trying to project and point blame. We are not responsible for anything you choose to do. Do you understand? We're only responsible how we choose to respond. And we chose not to. And that's what it is. You can fit it between like your King of Swords energy and your King of Cups energy, masculine or feminine. So it's like you're versatile. You know how to switch it up. Because you know the downside of staying on one side too much. Do you know what I mean? Everything becomes unbalanced. and then that filters down into your daily life, basically. If someone wants to disagree with you, or they was trying to put you into some type of conflict, or they wanted you, they kind of like this wanted you, either what people did is turn on you, or they wanted you to fall out with people. But they kind of wanted just like everywhere you go, they wanted people to like not like you or treat you a certain way. That has backfired. Because everything you've gained up until this point, you may not have broadcasted it. I think you've had to keep a lot of things to yourself. And I kind of get why. But at the same time, you should celebrate yourself. Because compared to some people, all they've got to show for the last few years is karma and a bad reputation and STDs. But my collective, we've got achievements, we've accomplished things, we've set goals, we've stuck to it, and we haven't let these little critters knock us off our path. That's what they wanted. It's like they've thrown every kind of emotion at you could imagine. It's just like the devil's pulling all these little tricks out the bag. So now they're stuck for ideas. But yeah. Alrighty then. Come on, Spirit, why do you want to give me a workout tonight? What's going on? Yeah, some of you are So whatever it is that they did the last time, guys, they tried to do some type of bullshit to put you in some type of predicament or some type of energy in order to send a tower to you. But you know what I'm getting? It's like they tried to redirect their karma to you in a tower. These people are funny. Now we've got the the Knight of Swords. You know, the Knight of Swords. So this is someone that you took some type of swift action to defend yourself. Because if it was in the reverse, it would have been karmic. So I sense that you took whatever action you needed to protect yourself. Return to sender properly. And yeah, so they thought they was going to blindside you. No, but the backfire did. It blindsided yourself, didn't it? I know. You're probably watching from your bed, got your phone on your bedside cabinet. It's only going to get worse. But yeah, whatever it was that you was guided to do, you did it quick. So that strike was hot. So maybe maybe they all conjured up something together to give you one big hit, and it landed back in their lap. So it was something to get you stuck, to give. I'm sensing this fake ass person that's really in the reverse. It's like they wanted like a way or an excuse to maybe try and approach you or send someone else to approach you? Possibly. But it was not genuine anyway. These are people that they just sit there all day, every day, just being assholes, in all honesty. And where has it gotten them? Nowhere. Some of you may have family members in the force. Male or female. So your confidence is your new superpower. And it's funny how people that are not used to you or not used to seeing that side of you have a problem with it. But they can assert themselves to use and abuse and harm people. But you can't assert yourself to stand in your confidence. Something ain't adding up here. I bet you can guess. Something ain't adding up here. So 4 and 4 doesn't make 25. 4 and 4 doesn't make 25. They don't like this transformed version. This is why the attack was so ruthless and brutal. Because for some of you, you are a Ten of Pentacles energy, and that's what they want. These are really, if you reject them in the physical, they want to RAPE you in the spiritual. They like that. That's their real MO. And this is what they don't want people to know. This is why it's better to protect yourself before you sleep. Do a cord cutting. You probably have to do several. From my experience, you probably got to do several. Most people don't escape things like that. Only a certain few. So you should know, research it, and I guarantee you it'll tell you the same thing. Anytime you've seen people's face reoccurring, or people trying to, or if you're seeing their name up, or if you're hearing their name, that's them trying to project. It's like they want you to think about them. It's like they're trying to get you to manifest them back into your reality by thinking about it. That doesn't make any sense. Because if the collective's got any sense, all those cords have cut. We feel nothing. Do you understand? And the fact that these people they're literally acting like bedbugs. They just won't go to hell. Shit. Because they know their ass is on the line. And so is everything that they've, how can I say? Yeah. Their lives is on the line, isn't it? And it's not going to work either way. So I'm just letting you know from now, innit? Regardless of what you think, we don't care. They've done everything in the book. Even filing false charges. Yeah. These people are worn out. They hate the fact of, because they're thinking in their mind, oh, when the spirit goes back to them, it puts them on their ass. and it puts them out of action for I don't know how long it takes, but I know it puts them out of action. Do you understand? They don't understand as to why they can't put the collective out of action. And it's obvious, isn't it? We've ascended past these individuals. You've outgrown that type of childish behavior. And the fact that these people are still deep in it speaks a lot about them. Yeah, they like to restrict people and have people in some type of mental battle. And if you've got any addictions of any sort, they like that. That's like their cherry on top of the cake. And if you haven't, I can guarantee you, they're going to make sure you do have one because they need your codependency. They need to be codependent on you, but you can't be codependent on them. That's how they work. Yeah, you made the right decision. So maybe these people are trying to project out, or maybe they want to either send someone in or try and come in and approach you themselves to try and persuade you made the wrong decision. How? We remember everything you did. So the spells you try to do to get us to forget or not be able to recollect what you did didn't work. Because we are healed, there's a big difference. Maybe if you did the same, you wouldn't be going through the karmic cesspool that you are. Do you understand? And there's no mercy over here. Sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. We don't care. There's no mercy over here. How can you have the audacity to try and ask the collective to have mercy on you or compromise on you when you've never shown that in your life? And I'm quite sure you never showed that to your other victims too. Your other innocent victims too. Yeah. You don't like the fact of some of us are seen as inspiration. I wonder why. Again, why is the older generation so bitter? Reminisce is in reverse. Again. So you're trying to, and this could be family too, trying to get the collective to remember you in some type of good light. There never was. Or remember the good times. There never was any. Excuse me, and if there was, it was short-lived. Nothing ever lasted a day. And I'm saying something. So, trying to get the collective to reminisce on your delusions, it's not going to happen. You can't implant fake memories. And even that's low vibrational. No, boo boo. Some of you have been handed new responsibilities. And I believe you handled it very, very well, because if you hadn't, you would get some type of knowledge by now. Or you'd be in the same boat as these weirdos. Yeah. So you may have felt a bit burdened a little bit. That was more like a secret test. The last of last is secret tests. And you passed. I'm not sensing anybody messed up, but then again, everybody's get tested in different ways. It's only after the fact. You don't even get told whilst you're experiencing it. You only get told after the fact. Yeah, these people only want to come back round purely because they don't want to be left in Five of Pentacles. Well, if that's your karma and that's your judgment, so be it. So if you wanted us in some form of anxiety, that's obviously what you've been projecting. So that tells me, and I just say not too long ago, so that's very, very deep anxiety, like they're either shitting a lot or their belly's doing somersaults. And then it comes out. So clearly, it's like you was trying to reopen or recontract all the traumatic experiences that the collective have healed from. So you're trying to put people back into those traumatic experiences. So now what's going to happen now is, whatever your traumatic experience was, whatever it was, that's what you're going to experience. Times 10. I promise you. Times 10. Yeah. Progress. Look how far you've come. So these people are trying to find any way to incite some type of verbal altercation, try to bait you into things, even getting people to come on your platform and talk shit. You know, at one point, I was putting cards that were saying you ought to have the collective jumped. You're not that stupid. And if that's supposed to scare us, then you failed again. But you did try to jump us in the spiritual realm. You got your ass beat. One by one. And it's funny how people, that's how they pick their victims, isn't it? They think they can pick people that they believe have no one that love them. Oh. So I can take this one of two ways. To me, the chariot means two things. It means like your willpower, determination, and your forward movement. I'm getting all three. So like I said, then they're all in different groups and they're all working on different aspects together, hoping it will have some type of overwhelming effect. And we can sense it. So yeah, they want to stop your determination. And it's funny because now they've stopped their own forward movement. It's literally they're in cement. You know, where have I seen that before? I see people with their legs in like a tub of cement, and then it dries. And then some of them are just left there out in the sun to just burn and dry. And then some of them are just dashed in the sea. You know when like the boats pull up and you got a little legs thing and you got the things that you tie your boat to? Like I'm seeing someone like getting lifted up in between that and just dropped. Doesn't have to be see, that's what I just seen. Or that's how they feel. Hypothetically, that's how they feel. Do you understand? But I'm like envisioning it. So that's how they feel. And then desperate. No chance. For some of you, you've already made or said your goodbyes. Again, they didn't want you to transform. For some of you, they want to take you out whilst you're going through this so that they can then harness that energy for themselves and then step into your destiny like they're you. They already got someone, they already got your impression already. For some of you, it's your own family member. There's two main ones, but there could be more outside of the family also. Yeah, but there's two main ones. I would say a Taurus, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Virgo, Libra, cusp, Aries and Pisces. Possibly Gemini. Definitely a Capricorn. Definitely a Capricorn. And the Aquarius. All in the reverse. All in the reverse. Yeah, give me some more for this death card. This wasn't part of the plan, was it? Nope. It wasn't part of the plan, guys. Do you know what? Just a minute ago, how was it that already? Just a minute ago, it was what? 11:30? I was listening to some binary. It didn't seem like that long. How is it 5 to 4 already? I've not been on here for that long, have I? I can't even see the length time I've been on it. I haven't been on there for that long, have I? That is literally over 3 hours. I'm thinking I've been there for about an hour. But I don't think it was that late when I decided to pull some cards. Yeah, you have a very powerful, potent energy. It's literally like you vibrate with the energy of like unity. How it's where your energy works is like you bring people together. You are the key to bringing people together, or you are the key to awakening other people before they get pulled into this trap. Because they're always scouting for victims, man. That doesn't never stop. They're always scouting for victims, isn't it? From behind the scenes. What did I do with that one? Something was missing. Maybe I didn't bring it out. Maybe I didn't bring it out. Yeah. The truth. Yeah. Queen of Cups, yeah. You are a true Queen of Cups. I do get there's a lot of fake Queens of Cups out here, but these are the ones that are being exposed for who they are. These ones that like to portray themselves as some type of damsel in distress. That should be a big red flag. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, they don't want people to be. They don't want people to view you in this energy. This is why they've been working so hard to try and stop and block and take you out, because they know the minute people get near your energy, they're gonna know what time it is. That's how much confidence the divine has in the collective. Do you understand? It's like we breathe life into situations where people may feel that there's no hope. It's like we give hope to people that have no hope. Just by being ourselves. And there's nothing in it. We're not out there like filming people to put it on our platform. We're not doing that shit. Do you understand? Like I didn't. I even went and took some food to somebody because I know they don't have the means like that, and shit is hard, you know. And I had a little bit extra, so I thought, why not? So I took a big salt tub, not with salt in it, man, just an empty one. Like I halved it with a chicken soup, and then I did another container of porridge. So I bet quite a few bowls, and I got 3 more in the freezer. Okay. So yeah. Page of Swords is out here too. Page of Swords with the Ace of Swords. This is the truth. So that is our job. It's how we express ourselves. We get people to have another perspective. Whereas these people don't want you to broaden your mind. They want to keep you in that tunnel vision of their lives. Do you understand? So that you can be a slave to these people whilst they suck you dry. I guarantee you. And that's what they don't want, because the more people that waken up and activate their own consciousness, that in itself is going to shift the planet. Do you understand? So if we all did it, if we was not all, because I know we're not all we can agree to disagree. But if we was all on one accord, not the karmas, so they don't even included in this shit, it is what it is. Those are like cursed, and you may as well call the karmic share, they're the people with the plague. Do you understand? They don't belong to the community no more because they have the plague. Understand? And if they get time to come out, well, I think they have to, innit? Because the amount of karma they got to come and relive it because of the karma they've racked up. But you did it to yourself. Now, I do get the celebration thing, not Christmas. Like, celebrate how far you've come, celebrate all you've endured. Also, celebrate your blessings. Even though the experience might have been brutal at one point, stressful, frustrating, emotional, still celebrate it. Do you understand? Because had you not gone through these experiences, had these people not done you dirty the way they did, you may not have awakened yet, or they may have taken you out. Possibly. Do you know what I mean? Not actually, possibly. Just given like another scenario, sorry. So yeah. And celebrate the fact that if you're about to, or you are, not about to, you are. For 2026, you're stepping straight into your fresh new start. And that's something to be excited about. I am. Because they couldn't restrict you. So if they couldn't restrict you, that means that they're restricted. And these people are good at actors. They like to act like, oh, everything's okay. I'm not really going through this. But it's visible. So the mouth will say one thing, but you can see another. Told you. Is ours. And the fact of how you how can I say, how you conducted yourself with emotional maturity, intelligence, integrity, self-respect, and the way you progress, this is what's yielded this victory. But they wanted someone to try and transfer it to them. No. And for the majority of you, they wanted your star. Or they didn't want people to see you as a star. You've always been a star. For a lot of you, you've kind of sensed something was different, but you may not have said that per se. But I'm telling you now, people around you, people who grew up in your environment, including your family, especially your family, they saw this from you as a child and they hated you for it. Not saying it justifies all that they did to you. It was heinous. Let's be real. Some of you even had your one of your parental figures taking you to a massage parlor to leave you. Now, why would a parent do that, hey? Makes you wonder, innit? But yeah. And the fact that you still have a caring nature. It's haunting these people all the more. You see, if you would have just turned revengeful and bitter like these individuals, they would have been justified in what they did to you. But you didn't. So there was no justification and there's nothing to warrant the actions they took against you. I get that for the most part, they did it for the money. Yeah. There wasn't that much, so clearly they was cheap. And then anything after that is what these people do, innit? Their little crime syndicate where they find victims and they steal from them, steal their identities. This is what certain of these career criminal covens do. Yeah. Whatever it is, I know it's coming in quick. You can feel it in it. You can feel it in the energy. For some of you, it can come in any shape or form. Some type of satisfaction. Some type of blessing. You might be surprised. You might be expecting it. Again, it may not always be delivered in the way you may have expected. Do you understand? And that's because these people have been trying to figure it out for God knows how long so they can try and steal it and redirect it to themselves. Yeah. This is a bunch of dumpster juice bums. That's what I'd like to say. Now, you're collaborating with the right individuals. You've got nothing to prove. You don't have to answer to anybody. But I also see that you've homed in on the skill of discernment. And obviously, with your gifts being activated, this is why these people are just watching from a distance. They may try and send in like a test dummy just to see what your response or try and feel out where you're at. These demonic geniuses, hey? Such geniuses. Isn't that right, collective? They're such geniuses, aren't they? Demonic geniuses. Let me see if the same shit comes out of this one then. Let's have a gander. Yeah, these are all the plans. All the different, either all the plans or different attacks. Again, over a Two of Cups situation. That got rejected, so it left somebody burdened with the Ten of Wands. Yeah. Someone's about to have a Two of Cups with a star. Or someone with star energy. So I see a lot of unions for 2026. A lot of unions for 2026. Just good things in general. Six of Wands on the bottom, that's success. That can be in any aspect. That could be with collaborations, friends, business, love. Success is on the bottom and success is out here again. So some of you are about to partner up with somebody, or you maybe you may be already with this in this new partnership. It could be friends now, it could just be like work colleagues, people collaborating together, but it's gonna grow into something better. Everybody's gonna be different in it. Wherever you want it to be, that's what it's gonna be. But love is in the air. Or say love is in your frequency. Yeah. So something's been laid to rest. It's in the upright, it's not in the reverse, so I won't take it as I could, but I don't sense that. I sense it's more a case of look at it two ways. I can see it as you like doing work and then rest, taking a break and resting when you need to, or I can look at it in the aspect of there was things you needed to lay to rest and close out in order to move on to the next chapter, so to speak. And it could be a King of Cups. Do you know what I mean? You could be a King of Cups. Judgment again on the bottom. Oh, so you having this new life. That's your justice, basically. That's your justice, and that's the karmic judgment. Success is out here twice. These are two. Look, you could be seeing 4-4. The 3 and the 4 of Pentacles. So this is something that you already are, something that you're already skilled in, possibly. You may be improving this skill, or you may be opening up to a new one. But whatever it is leading to some type of collaboration. So I'm getting a thing where both parties are on the same page. So this could be like a business opportunity. I might start off as like friendship, or things you have in common, whatever the case, or even a collaboration that might grow into something else. But it's going to be lucrative. Queen of Swords on the bottom. You stick to your decisions. Yeah. So this was in the reverse, yeah. So that tells me that David wanted you to feel restricted or stuck in your mind or indecisive. And I don't sense that any of you are like that. You've made up your mind, you're standing on it, and you're not changing for nothing or no one. You understand? It's that simple. Oh, Queen of Cups is on here. So yeah, the Queen of Cups to the King of Cups. It doesn't have to, yeah. So now these people are it seems like these people are fighting for some type of balance. Or they was fighting you to have you at an imbalance. Whichever which way it goes. Take whatever resonates. But now the foot's on the other shoe. So am I thinking, it's like I'm seeing are some of these individuals or a lot of these individuals or just a select few, for whatever reason the divines made it like that. It's literally like they're getting given a taste of their own medicine, but with an added extra on top. So whatever you had to experience, I'm kind of sensing this particular, it's not, because I know a lot of people did a lot of things, yeah, but however the divine's chosen to give out this coin for whatever reason that might be, I sense it's because of the ultimate betrayal. So I get a strong urge on family. You got family members that are getting it worse. Maybe they've been, they probably have been doing it for the longest time. But what I will say is they're now being put through the same things they put the collective through. So this is probably why they're like unhinged and they're fighting now because they can't stay balanced. So that tells me either people are dropping like flies or everything they accumulated, they either losing it or it's been stripped from them in some way, shape, or form. They're losing more than they can hold on to. No comment. No comment. Yeah. And there's actually a skull's head on that knife, so someone could either be sick or someone may possibly lose their life. Maybe they're trying to hide this with these moon cycles, but it's what's the point? It's like the more you try and hide things, the more it's going to come out. Or they're trying to hide from either the community or other people or the collective that this is what's going on behind the scenes, that they're at an imbalance. They must feel like if you know, well, we do know, we just don't care because we're not like them. It's because they did the same to the collective. When they were stealing from the collective and putting the collective in the Five of Pentacles, these were the same people spying and watching and then going out and slandering the collective. Like telling the whole community, like making a mockery. Now they're experiencing the exact same thing and they want it to be kept hidden. Why is that? Eye for an eye, innit? And it's like they ain't got no sense because at the same time, this is what you see, the same time they're trying to use some type of cloak and magic to hide it, yeah, in their blind spot. their dirty deeds just coming out. It's like their dirty laundry's being aired, basically, for everybody to see. Literally, like all the things they've done have gone on like some type of washing line right for the community. You understand? But it's big enough for people to visibly see clearly, yeah, and too blatant for them to deny it. I would be surprised if the violence just putting their faces or their names to it too. Now that would be funny, yeah. King of Swords in the reverse. Ooh. It's funny because this is someone that probably abused and rejected you. And now all that spark's going back. They want to feel sorry for themselves. Or they're looking some type of pity or some type of reprieve. But they've been bullyish, they've been abusive, they've been threatening. They've done some low down diabolical actions. Shit they can't come back from. Period. Yes, you got a King of Swords here in the reverse. That knows that he lost the 10 of Cups. Shit happens, innit? Maybe you might learn your lesson in the next 5 million lifetimes. Yeah. There appears that they've got to watch you get your wishes fulfilled. They don't like that. So I think you've been dreaming of. Dreams do come true. The only difference was the people you was around that you were sharing your information to, believing you could trust them, they was the ones either passed on the information to other people, the same oppressors, or they was going behind your back and sabotaging you themselves. Yeah. This is what will balance the scale, so this has to happen. And for Ace of Cups, yeah. Maybe there's a King of Wands that wants some type of Ace of Cups. But if this is an individual that's from any of these weirdos, that's never going to happen. Because first of all, the divine Anna Artis ain't going to allow that shit. And as far as I'm concerned, anybody that can betray me to that level, there's nothing on God's green earth that they can say. As far as I'm concerned, they're already dead. And I ain't taking that back. They're already dead in my eyes. These are people that was using the thingies, the Six of Swords that then. Yeah. They couldn't stop us moving forward, moving on to calmer waters. We deserve peace. It's like they didn't want you to have peace. So they said, oh, we're never going to stop harassing the collective. You've got our ancestors to deal with. We ain't got to do it. Confirmation, temperance, something that they could never be. Because they chose to give their allegiance to the God of this realm. Judgment again. What's after judgment? 8 of Cups. Yeah, we chose not to engage in this bullshit. 9 of Wands. Okay, so they wanted to get the collector to engage in some type of stupid, petty back and forth any way they could, just so that they could then act like they abandoned the path of delusion. Oh, I didn't get involved with that bullshit. But yet they didn't want to burden people with the 10 of Wands. The 9 of Wands, sorry. Which is burdens. Burdens and the death. So whatever plans they had, different plans that they had, they want to burden the collective to try and force the collective to abandon something, what is to abandon our destiny, yeah, so that they can then take our Ten of Pentacles, take the collective ten of, are you dumb? Yeah, these people collaborate to do this. And it backfires, so guess what? Your ass is in the Nine of Swords. You're stressed out. So you know the stress is the biggest killer, right? You're still at the bottom of the world too. Oh. They would have thought, listen, they would have thought you saying, no, bitch, that Ten of Swords is yours. That Ten of Swords belongs to you. Shit. Yeah. All we did was manifest judgment, justice again. Yeah. Yeah. So the aim was to get us to feel bad about ourselves, abandon our path, trying to get people to not want to collaborate with us with the lies you've been spreading. You went too far. Now you've got answer to all your crimes, period. Trying to spark on the judicial system. That's just going to increase your karma anyway. You don't want the collective to know that you're suffering. But remember, the grass is greener on the other side. So stand on your decision, because we're standing on ours. Isn't that right, collective? Actually, I listened to some new frequency music. It was quite good. And this is some more. It was quite invigorating, actually. I've never heard that type of frequency before. I've seen it, but I just didn't realize that's what it was. I've seen it, though. Let me see what that MH and hate said, and yeah, that's too much, man. What you say if you listen to it like 10 minutes twice a day? It's meant to instantly change things, so they say. I just like the music side of it. And you know what's mad? All the things that I used to find irritating, I don't. So is that like another part of growth? Even them singing, but that little ding, that used to hurt my ears. And I used to like that. But for some reason I do. It feels soothing. Like I said, being around the wrong people, absorbing the wrong energies, probably even being in the wrong frequency, I suspect. But yeah, I love it now. I love the way it sounds. You can cuss under your breath all you like. Do you want to pull some more? I don't think so. Do you want to pull some more? I don't think so. Do you want to pull some more? Oh, I got cornmeal porridge. Yes, darling. Yes, darling. Oh, it's Saturday now, isn't it? Is it Saturday? Is it Saturday? I think so. It's Saturday, isn't it? I can't even remember. Yeah, it's Saturday. Oh shit. Sorry about that. It is Saturday. So yes, basically, ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun. And this is why you see when you, cause I've done this before as well. You know, when you say, "Oh, I forgive that person," and then anytime that person does something stupid, you don't look at what they've just done. You get reminded of what they did to make you cut them off in the first place. Then that's not true forgiveness. But in for this era, because these people seem to believe that they can violate you and abuse you and then let time go by and they're just going to forgive and forget and allow these people to be back in your life. Absolutely not. Forgiveness does not mean reconnection. Two totally different things that don't go together. And it's just mad how these individuals, collective, think they can do the heinous, malicious, nefarious, hideous things they've done. I know someone is feeling ashamed of what they did because we're still alive. But had we not survived, listen, they wouldn't have missed an ounce of sleep. Let's be for real. This is why it was so easy for them to do the things they did, and that's fine. And guess what? You made your bed, you lie in it. And this is why I tell people, anytime you go amongst anybody, regardless if you know them or not, once you've left their vicinity, call back your energy. Do you understand? Because people have got a funny way of like trying to sneakily like siphon from you. Do you understand? But then keep engaged in some type of futile conversation that has no relevance. It's just them trying to engage with you, asking really random questions that have no relevance. If there's an actual relevance for you to be asking these multiple questions, I understand that. The relevance is to keep you engaged in it because it's still a transfer. It's still a transfer. And if you're not suited up enough or suited up at all, if you're just open, this is how they attach a cord to you. If you think it's a joke, Google it. You will see for yourself. But yeah. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. Do, 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 do.